Yeah, so we got Theo Vaughn on religion. That's interesting. I saw a little bit of this. It looks pretty good, so we're gonna get into it.
Some of this industry, out here in Los Angeles, in some of this industry and stuff that I'm in, there's it's not a rejection against Christ, but there's definitely, religion isn't super welcome. People want to be offended, or people want, a lot. There's this vibe out here. Sometimes I feel like you're going to offend. Oh, you can't have. There's something weird about faith. Or in some areas, people are like thoughts and prayers. That kind of people don't like that. Um, but man, I feel like faith is just such a healing thing for people.
True. Los Angeles is a completely, godless heathen city. It's completely terrible. You hear some of the stuff that goes on there, and it's just completely disgusting. But yeah, he's right. Faith is our medicine. So he's completely right on that one.
Yeah, I feel alone. I feel hitchhiking when if I don't have some kind of a faith. As I even talk about this, I realize that my faith isn't very strong right now, and that it can really be tightened up. And but yeah, to feel, I mean, having faith, that's a free parent. You get a free parent. I'm
True. You get a free father, you get a free mother, um, you get a free family, brothers and sisters. It's a completely good deal in everything. Like there's no downsides to it.
man, I'm not thinking I'm out here in this world. This is all for me. This is all on my back. That I have no point. That I don't have an umbilical cord to some sort of being. Now, Jesus Christ, man, that was the most popular guy in my area growing up. You know, I think the dude is a great role model. I think he could be the son of God. I think a lot. I think his brother could be. Who's the little chubby guy? That positive baby. That little fruit. That bad boy eating fruits in the diaper. Um, Buddha. Maybe Buddha's his brother. And Mother
No, no. What are we talking about? We're getting strange now. This is I don't know about that one.
Nature is their sister.
No.
And yin and yang are their Asian cousins. And you got this one big beautiful family of people that when we feel alone, we don't have to.
So this is interesting. It's kind of he's kind of taking a little bit of a universalist perspective here. Saying that all these things are somewhat related. It's all kind of part of the same stuff. So that's interesting. It's not too surprising, I guess. For somebody kind of on the outside of it all. But it is interesting that that's kind of where he goes.
Or when we feel like we're not part of something that we don't have to. I can't. And look, I know some people out there are atheists and stuff, and they don't want to believe in anything, and that's and I can't understand. I can't understand it. But I also come from a place where I think I've felt alone a lot, and so if you're telling me that there's a free being, a free body, a free parent, a free love, a free heart out there in the universe that will help me not feel alone, man, come on. That's a lottery ticket that I don't have to scratch, man. I'll take that all day. I'll take
True, he makes a really good point. I think for a lot of us, uh, being alone is the easiest thing ever. We're really good at it. But he's right, there is this whole, spiritual world out there, this whole God that we're connected to. So you never have to be truly completely alone because you have that connection to God and to the saints and all that side of it. So I think he's on the right track here. He has some strange universalist ideas. Hopefully he leans into the right thing.
That all day because I want to be a part of something bigger. I don't want to be a part of just myself, you know? And I want to leave here and I want to feel something again. I want to feel something again, even if it's just the feeling of your spirit touching the spirit of your parents or of your grandparents or of your sister or of one of your ancestors or somebody else's. Just a feeling of your spirit bumping into somebody else's in another world that's safe and normal and comfortable, maybe not even normal. Some new normal. I don't know. I'll take that chance, man. Fuck, I'd love to be a ghost, bruh. Dude, could you imagine if we get to be ghosts? Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Imagine being ghosts.
That'd be
You
wild.
eat, everything you eat just falls right onto the floor. I would love that. I think Jesus Christ would be a great guest. I think he'd be great to talk to.
True.
I think that'd be a nice person to sit down and have lunch with. You know, I think it's a great role model. You know, I don't want to not have any faith, man. I feel like I don't want to not have any. And now I'm open to figuring out where that faith lies. You know, one thing that was interesting for me was when I started to travel and go to other countries and see that other people believed in different deities and different gods. It was not fair to me to then think, oh, well, none of these people go to heaven or none of these people go to an afterlife or only my God is the only one. Um, but you got to believe in something good. I ain't accepting any of these cats believing in the dark arts. You know, that thinking all the treasures right here on earth. That's tricky, man. That's
Based. He's completely right. But when you get into it enough, there can only be, not everybody can be right. Because all these different religions and spiritual ideas aren't compatible with each other. Especially monotheistic stuff is very exclusive when it comes to what's real and what isn't. You can't have a monotheistic view that's compatible with a polytheistic view or a spiritualist view. So obviously that's wrong. Um, Everybody does have an afterlife, because of regardless of which religion is correct, it would apply to everybody, whether you believe in it or not. And he's touching on something here that the church actually teaches is that, if you don't have access to the gospel, if it's never been brought to you, it could be revealed in extraordinary means, like a specific personal revelation or some sort of judgment based on how you responded to the revelation you did receive, based on your own conscience. So, I mean, he's not completely wrong there, but I think he's coming from more of a universalist perspective. But it does seem like he's leaning towards the spiritual, which I think is a really good sign.
it just seems cold. It just seems and look, I'm open to learn and but for me the way that religion has always been most comfortable in my life, in my environment when I grew up, was Catholicism or Baptists, Presbyterians. Dude, I thought Presbyterians were honestly lesbians. I didn't know. I didn't know.
They are Presbyterians are lesbians. That's what's that's the wild part about it is Presbyterians are gay. So I mean, he's right there too. He said he feels close to Catholicism. That's what he grew up with. I hope I hope that goes somewhere. That would obviously be the best outcome.
I mixed it up when I was young, dude. And I would hear those bells ring, and I'd be like, dang, they got a lot of ladies heading over there. A lot of ladies, boy, gonna be packing into that building. Because I thought Presbyterians were, straight up lesbians,
They are.
but that's different. Wow, you know what's crazy is my sister can't even read. But what does it have to do with us right now? Hope you enjoyed that video. And
Based women that can't read. That's good stuff. I thought this was a different video. Actually, I saw one where he was talking about praying. I thought that's what this was, but I guess not. But yeah, that was good stuff. So it seems like he's leaning in towards some sort of spiritual life. That's good. We should be praying for Theo Vaughn that he finds Christ. That's good stuff.